Stay. Good boy. Lay down. Come on, down. Roll over. Buddy, you got roll over. No. Okay, this is fine. Okay. Today, I'm going to teach you how to do CPR on a dog. This is my helpful little assistant, Cash. He says hello. Okay, so the first step is going to be checking the airway for any blockage. You're going to open their mouth and pull their tongue out. And remember that a dog, whether unconscious or not, can still bite. I know he won't, and I'm not going to pry his mouth open because he did just have dental surgery. But you just have to open the airway, check to see if there's any blockage in there. If you don't see anything, you're going to cover the nose, and you're going to hold the mouth, like cover the mouth, put your mouth to their nose, and then you're going to give 2 rescue breaths. Easy. You're going to give 2 rescue breaths, and you should see their chest rise with those rescue breaths. If not, then there might be something blocked in there. If you do see a blockage in like the throat or the nose, you're gonna want to give your dog the Heimlich. I will not be able to give him the Heimlich because he won't let me do that. Hey, I know. Sit down, Cash. No. Okay. Well, I was just abandoned. With the Heimlich, you're gonna want to sit like this, and you're gonna put the dog's back to your chest. You're gonna put a fist on like the rib cage, and you're gonna kind of do the same force as you would on a person. You're gonna hua until like they either start breathing or the blockage comes out. I'm gonna go get my dog for the next steps. All right, so the next step to giving CPR to a dog after making sure the airway isn't blocked, and if you've done the Heimlich, if it was, next you're going to do their rescue breath. So you're gonna hold their mouth here, keep it closed, you're gonna blow into their nose, and you're gonna do 12 breaths per minute, so 1 every 5 seconds. So you're just gonna be holding here, and then blowing directly into the nose. I'm obviously not gonna blow into his nose because he won't like that, he's very old. But with every single rescue breath, you should see the chest rise and fall. If not, you need to go back and repeat the steps of checking the airway or doing the Heimlich. And then next we're going to be moving on to the C part of CPR, which is circulation and chest compressions. Okay, so the next step before you start doing the pumping of the rib cage, you're going to check for their pulse right in between their back leg, near their groin. Just going to make sure they have a pulse. And then next, you're going to make sure there's no bleeding or anything like that. If there's pools of blood, you're going to want to try to stop the bleeding, all that fun stuff. Okay, so for the chest compressions, you're going to be putting, it's okay. You're going to be putting your hands like right on the middle of the rib cage, and the depth inch-wise, how deep you go down, depends on the size of the dog. For larger dogs, medium dogs, it's like 1.5 inches. So I'm obviously not going to push on his rib cage very hard because he doesn't need it, but this is the basic motion, is going like this and keeping your arms straight and using the force of your body to push down, very similar to giving CPR on a human. And then so you're going to continue to do that. It should be 15 pulses or like pumps, and then followed by 2 rescue breaths. And so then after you've confirmed that the dog is breathing, after you've confirmed that his airway isn't blocked, after you've done the chest compressions, and he appears to be a little bit stabilized, you're going to want to call your veterinarian. Like an emergency hospital, they have plenty of 24-hour emergency hospitals that are great for these kinds of emergencies, and you're going to give them your name, your phone number, your address, and tell them that you're coming in, and they should be ready for you when you get there. It's also important to remember to stay calm in these situations, just like with people. Dogs really pick up on your energy, cats too. They just sense if you're anxious, and if you are, obviously they're not going to be as manageable as they would be if you were a lot more calm. So yeah, that's always really important, and you just have to remember that animals are unpredictable, and even the nicest, sweetest dog, when it feels like it's cornered, can potentially be dangerous. They do have teeth, so it's just always important to be careful, and hopefully none of you guys will ever have to actually use CPR on your puppy. But in case you do, it's good to know all this information. Thank you. Thank you, Cash. He's a good boy. That is how to give CPR to your dog. Good boy. I love you. You want to go treat? Let's go get treat.